What's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on Rivers and Ridgelines. If you don't know me, my name's Eric. I put out videos, camping videos, typically around water. I do a lot of kayaking. I do boat camping, which is what we're doing today. For a while, I was camping from a jet ski. But I just like to get outside and explore different areas. And I found the best way for me to do that is by water. So today we're at Jordan Lake. I've been here once or twice before when I had the jet ski. I put in like the northern part of it, and according to Google Maps, it looks like there's an island on the other end. So I'm gonna travel the length of the the lake. There's a pretty good wind, which means the water's pretty choppy, but I'm in a rescue boat, so I feel plenty comfortable. So I guess we just get on it and see what we can find. Keep our fingers crossed that we find a good spot. I'll tell you what, North Carolina does not disappoint when it comes to camping spots. So, I'm on a small island in the lake. I'm surprised that there's not a ton of people around, but I'm still not gonna get camp set up quite yet. I don't think I'm not allowed to camp here. I don't typically camp places I don't think I can camp. But I also didn't go above and beyond doing my research. So I'm doing the ignorance is bliss kind of thing. So while I wait to set up camp, I'm gonna start some dinner. I got some Alpine Air Mexican style beef bowl. I did not want to have a fire. It's way too hot to have a fire. So I just got some dehydrated meals. Let this water boil, and I'll show you around the island in a minute. You can see the island is really not that wide. It's pretty long, but you can see the end of it right over there, and the other end is quite a ways down. So it's small, but not too small. I dig the sandy ground. I think what I'm gonna do is hang my hammock between this tree and that one right there. That should be a good wake up. But like I said, I want to give it a couple minutes. I should probably spray myself with some bug spray. I reckon that's probably gonna get pretty nasty out. Hell of a good view, though. So this is how I have the boat rigged up. I'm using 8-foot steering and control cables. They go through the bench seat here, out the bottom of the front, and then into the console. The battery is kept up there, and I keep the gas tank, 3-gallon gas tank right there. Before I had this kind of figured out, I just had the cables coming out of the console and down the bench seat and into the motor that way, and it was just really ugly. So spare gas is in Rotopax jugs right now. I have an interesting mount idea, but I have to put the nav bar up, and I just haven't gotten around to that yet. It took me a while to get the boat to that point. Before, I just had the control cables and everything going everywhere. It was pretty ugly. But we're there. I still have a lot of electronic stuff to do, or electrical stuff to do. But I'm gonna wait till winter because I don't want to be spending my weekend. I'm gonna have to tear the whole boat apart. So that'll be fun. But I do look forward to having a display and be able to get some engine information and water depth, stuff like that. That'll be good. That was thunder. So it's kind of weird. This side of the island, nice blue skies. The other side of the island, very dark, thundering. So there's people racing back in boats and jet skis racing back and forth. So I wanted to kind of keep this low key, but if it's what I have to do to stay dry, it's what I have to do to stay dry. So I'm just kind of, I haven't set this up I haven't used this tarp in over a year. And of course, all the lines were all bungled up and stuff. That's why whenever you put it away, you should, when you pack it up after camping, you should just pack it up nice and pretty then. People are flying. Again, on the other side of the island, it looks like all hell's gonna break loose. But it's absolutely beautiful over here. So, always better to be safe than sorry. They weren't calling for rain, but I like to bring the tarp just in case. So, I got lucky and was able to stake it out on some downed trees, because while I brought the tarp, I only brought like smaller stakes. Probably wouldn't hold the tarp down that well in a windy thunderstorm. But whatever happens, we're ready. I wouldn't mind a little bit of rain, but at least it would clear everyone off the lake. But I think it's pretty much already done that. I see 1-2 boats, and that's it. But you know, one of the reasons I really wanted to come out here tonight was, like I was saying earlier, I do have a trip planned, two-nighter. It's been a while since I've been out, so I don't know. You know, I'm rusty with stuff. I'm rusty with my camping gear. I'm rusty with camera gear. I really enjoy making videos. I just haven't had the opportunity to come out. You know, my fiance and I have been doing a lot of traveling. And plus, I'm a nurse, so this past year has been hell. But it's great to be out here. I'm really jazzed about how the boat's coming along, and I think I'm really pleased with how that propeller ran. So I went up an inch in pitch. I can't remember the numbers on it, but I went up an inch in pitch, and it runs a lot smoother. Part of that might be because the other propeller was chewed up pretty good, but it seems to be getting on plane really nicely. Before, the motor would almost like sputter at full RPM or at full throttle, and I think I was just winding out the motor, which is not good for it. And that's why I went up in pitch, so to decrease the RPMs. Motor sounds great. So people over here. So yeah, I mean, it runs great. Perfect boat if you want a small boat that can go anywhere. So, in any event, it's time to eat. Looks like the rain missed us, which is really good. You could tell the thunder was really close, but we stayed dry, and that's a good thing. It's pretty humid out. I mean, it's July. It's pretty hot to be camping. It's almost too hot, but we're right next to a freshwater lake. It's very easy to just jump in, cool off. So it's comfortable, but kind of right at the edge. I can tell that I haven't really been camping in 18 months. I'm kind of fumbling with equipment, definitely fumbling with my camera gear. So I'm glad that I, wanted to come out here, make a quick video, try to get refamiliarized with stuff before, doing a bigger trip. So I'm glad I came out. I wasn't going to. My fiance really encouraged me to, so thank you, sweetheart. I'm hoping to get an early start in the morning. I'd like to get on the water before there's a lot of boats or before the water gets kicked up. I'd like to explore some more of the lake. I got here late after work today, so I usually wake up early, and I'll just kind of get moving early and hopefully check some things out. But I pretty much have the entire lake to myself right now. Not too long ago, some wake boats zoomed by and kicked up a bunch of waves, tossed the boat around, but the anchoring held, which is good. That's something that I wanted to practice, because it's one thing if your anchor lets loose at a lake, you might have a far way to swim or a long walk, but it's a different animal when that happens at the coast. So, I'm using 2 different types of anchors, and I feel pretty good about it. But I'm glad those boats came by and kicked stuff up. So, in any event, I hope you guys are having a good night wherever you are, doing whatever it is you're doing tonight. And I'll catch you in the morning. Good morning. Slept pretty good last night. Got a little chilly, but I brought a thin sleeping bag. I always sleep with a blanket. So, feel well rested. The fishermen were out early. We actually have a couple guys right out here jigging. I hope they leave soon. But I've just kind of been watching stuff on my phone. I have this really nice little setup, a hook that holds my phone, and a speaker that hooks to my ridgeline. It's really good. But I think what I'm going to do is just kind of quietly start getting things together. I'm gonna wait for these guys to leave before I start filming out there. But maybe I can get some stuff put together, packed up in the meantime. Boy, I got moving to a really beautiful sunrise this morning. Those fishermen didn't stick around for long after I checked in with you guys last. I started eating breakfast, and I didn't want to do eggs or anything like that this morning. So I got this is by Mountain House, granola with milk and blueberries. It's actually pretty good. I mean, let's be real. When you're out here and you're being active and you're moving around, having a good time, it doesn't take much to satisfy hunger. I do like to eat good when I camp, but when it's hot and humid like this, I don't want to go to the trouble. So yeah, this is pretty good breakfast. Not bad. I would do this again for sure. So I got everything packed up already. Well, for the most part. I still have my chair and table. Excuse me. So I think I will be able to hit the water a little earlier than usual, which I'm pretty excited about. I do want to check out the lake. The water's nice and flat. The wind hasn't kicked up yet, so we'll get out there soon and see what there is to see. On my way back to the boat ramp, I saw a couple boats that looked like they had been camping last night. And I know there's designated camp spots here, but it is kind of nice to know that there were other folks doing the same thing I was. Again, I don't know that I'm not allowed to be here, but I didn't really dive that deep into it. But in any event, I'll come back unless I find out that I can't. That was a lovely camp spot. And every now and then I keep telling myself that I want to start fishing. I went to a tackle store the other day and was talking to some folks and seeing these guys this morning pulling out bass while I was in my hammock. You know, something appealing about that to me. So, who knows, maybe you'll start seeing some fishing on this channel. But I want to thank you guys if you stuck around this far. I really appreciate all the comments and likes and subscribes. It means a lot to me. I am going to start making these more of a priority, and I have some good trips planned. This was just, you know, kind of thrown together last minute so I could test out the boat and kind of refamiliarize myself with camera gear. But I hope you enjoyed it either way, and I'll see you guys soon.